Good morning, everyone. Hoping that you all had a fantastic week, fantastic 4th of July week, I should say. Um, things were well on my end. Let me see if I can pull myself a little bit closer there without breaking the computer. Things were well on my end. Went up to Camp Geneva in Fruitland, Florida, with 250 middle school and high school kids. So that was a great experience. Had a great time there. Just going to dive right in. The first thing that I want to talk about is consistency, making sure that we remain consistent in everything that we do, and making sure we remain consistent in everything that we say, just in our entire business and presentation and what it is that we have going on. I also want to remind you guys to stick to the basics, stick to the fundamentals. In order to be great at selling and to have your name in the Hall of Fame for the number of sales, transactions, volume, whatever it is, it still revolves around sticking to the basics of prospecting, lead generation, role play, dialogue, scripts, understanding how to value properties, knowing your market, all of those. That does not change. It has not changed. And for the foreseeable future, it will not change. So that's something that I want us to focus on, especially as we go into the second half of 2018. The first half came and went so fast for myself. I don't know how you all feel, but for me, the first half of 2018 came and went, and now July is here. I'm going to go ahead and ask you guys up front to continue updating all of our dashboards or the referral maker if you're using that system. But we want to make sure that we're putting accurate information in so we can get accurate data out. Make sure that we are reaching out to our sphere, making sure that we're making our phone calls, our note cards, that we're doing our emails or our mailings, because as I said, now is the time in summer that I really want you guys hitting it hard, going when others are slacking off. If you are not subscribed to Darren Daily by Darren Hardy, I'm going to make a request that you get subscribed to Darren Hardy today, please. Darren Daily, simply because he's starting a 10-day deal about beating the dog days of summer. I believe that it's going to be something that's impactful, that will help each of us in this time when usually there's a lull in activity. And it really doesn't make sense, because this is one of the times when when a lot of our buying and selling activity picks up. But agents want to get lazy. They want to take vacation, but they need to understand that when others are on vacation, this is the prime time for us to pick it up, ramp it up, and push forward and be intentional about the actions that we are taking. So that's what I wanted to talk about on the front end. And I wanted us to jump back into Brain Tracy's sales success, a couple of pointers or a couple of points. And then chapter 2 is about staying enthusiastic. So I know, and I believe that you all know, in this industry, it is easy to lose your enthusiasm. And that could be on a day-to-day basis, just by going through the mundane, repetitive days, feeling like it is Groundhog's Day, where you wake up and do the same thing, wake up and do the same thing, wake up and do the same thing over and over and over, day in, day out, week in, week out. I'm going to say that it's also a challenge to stay enthusiastic when you're dealing with a difficult client or a difficult transaction, or let's say that you had a transaction about to close and at the last moment the deal falls through. It's hard to remain enthusiastic and positive when those types of things happen. So here are some tips from Brain Tracy and other world leaders in thought and enthusiasm. It says enthusiasm is the key to establishing good relationships with buyers and sellers and closing sales. When we're in, and I'm just going to run through all of these, which will tell us how to remain enthusiastic. It's not that much. I think it's only like 5 or 6 pages. Uh, one of them is have positive expectations. Your expectations determine your attitude, and your attitude determines how you treat other people and how they respond to you. Use positive self-talk. Talk to yourself in a positive way all the time. 95% of your emotions are determined by how you talk to yourself on an ongoing basis. I'm going to pause right there because that figure was a little shocking to me, that 95% of your emotions are determined by how you talk to yourself on an ongoing basis. And I believe that we are so quick to say, I feel bad because of an external stimulus. When right here is saying that 95% of our emotions are based on what we tell ourselves continuously. So I want to ask you, what are you telling yourself? Are you telling yourself you're a great salesperson? Are you telling yourself that you're loved? Are you telling yourself that you're handsome, that you're beautiful, that you're important? All of those things. Are you telling yourself that you're being sought out by the most affluent buyers or sellers to work with? If you're not telling yourself that, if you're telling yourself things on the negative, like I'll never make this happen, this is so hard, then that's going to affect our emotional state, as it says right here. Successful people make a habit of deliberately filling their minds with positive statements that are consistent with the way they want to be perceived and the goals they want to achieve. Now, one area or one way to help yourself with this is with positive affirmations. Or positive statements that you have built into your routine that you say daily, morning, afternoon. If you've read The Power of Positive Thinking, if you've read Napoleon Hill's Think and Grow Rich, anything by Brian Tracy, The Compound Effect by Darren Hardy. Brian Tracy also has Focal Points. All of these are books that talk about the importance, that speak to the importance of positive self-talk. And if you're not doing that on a daily basis, and as you guys have probably heard me say numerous times, my dad would tell me that a reality will hurt you, but perception can kill you. So it says here that they are deliberately filling their minds with positive statements that are consistent with the way they want to be perceived. It doesn't say with the way they are. So the way they want to be perceived, those are the thoughts that they are persistently and consistently filling their minds with. Practice positive visualization. Feed your mind continually with clear mental pictures of the person you want to be doing what you want to do. And then it says, what you see is what you get. So you want to see it as though it already were. And this is going to help us remain enthusiastic as we're going through our ups and downs and on this roller coaster. Now, here's one that I hope hits home for all of you, because it definitely did for myself. Consume positive mental food. Consume positive mental food. Feed your mind with positive mental food, what we call mental protein. You would think greater clarity. You would think with greater clarity and feel better about yourself all day long. So, and then it says, move rapidly towards joining the top 20% once in the sales field. Move rapidly towards joining the top 20% in the sales field once you feel better about yourself. And so I'm going to give you 3 things that Brian Tracy gave, and this talks about the positive mental food. Read for 30 to 60 minutes each day. Listen to educational CDs and audiobooks, and attend every seminar that you can. So those are the 3 tips that Brian Tracy is giving us to consume positive mental food. And I'll tell you right now, you guys probably know this, but I'm at the library every week picking up new books, picking up new audiobooks, because as we all know, we're in our cars a lot. So you could either use audiobooks from the library, or if you wanted to use a service like Audible to turn your vehicle into a mobile classroom, I think that would be absolutely fantastic. However you go about getting the resources, what's important is that you utilize those resources. Get around positive people. Get around winners. Associate with positive people who are going somewhere in their careers. That takes intentionality, because in our industry, it's easy to get around people, but it's not always easy to get around winners. And so you want to make sure that you surround yourself with people who are going somewhere in their field, in the sales field. Now, these last two are probably my I don't want to say that they're the most important, but they're two that are most dear to my heart, because these are the ones that have helped propel me to where I am, even though I'm not, where I want to be. It's helped me get here this far, and continuing to use these two are going to take me and hopefully you all to astounding levels, amazing levels. Here we go. So become an expert in your field. Become an expert in your field. Study your products and services carefully and read your brochures from cover to cover. Become so knowledgeable about what you sell that you could give a presentation from memory if you lost all your sales material. Study your business and industry. Study your competitors. The better you know your products, services, competitors, and the market in general, the more confidence you will have and the more respected you will be by your customers. So become an expert in your field. And the last one is get serious about your work. Get serious about your work. Professionals at the top of their field invest a lot of time in keeping current in what is going on, and this is what I want you to hear, in their industries. Professionals at the top of their field invest a lot of time keeping current on with what is going on in their industries. They take their work seriously. They resolve to excel, to be better than their competitors. Professionals are committed to doing an excellent job in their work and to continually improving, getting better and better every day and every week. So should you. So that's chapter 2 of Sales Success by Brain Tracy. If you all do not have this book, I suggest that you get it. It is a small, quick read, and it's just filled with information. As you can see right there, it's not small words, but it's a lot of information. And this is, and we're going to get to chapter 9 when it says prospect like a professional. These are things that we can use regardless of the industry that we're in. I believe that it is one of the best sales books out on the market for professionals and for those who are looking to get back to the basics. And so in here, there are no, profound processes, no profound procedures, but it all comes back to exercising the fundamentals and doing those day in, day out on a consistent basis. So that's all I have for you guys this morning. I want to make sure that you are continuing to prospect, continue to make phone calls, reach out to your sphere, do your not door knocking, do your your pop buys. Do your pop buys, making sure that you're getting in front of people face to face during the summer. Right now, a great pop buy is the ice cream scoops. We should have those pop by tags in the drive. If we do not, I'll check now and I'll make sure I get those in the drive. Those would be some really good ideas for you guys to do. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to tell you guys I love you. Hope you guys have an awesome day and week. And don't be average, be world renowned. With that, I'm going to stop talking and open it up to you guys if you have any